It's been wrapped up and it's a little bit slimy. So I'm going to get it into a workable state first by doing what's called wedging. And wedging is a little tricky. It's kind of like compressing the material. I better move my little shape or it's going to get absorbed into this process. Usually you're working with maybe a bigger amount of material, but it's sort of compressing the clay, because what I want to do, and I'm picking up all my scraps by doing that. Sometimes I just break into another technique without realizing it. All right, now I can see that my clay is less slimy, and I've compressed it back into a nice workable, picking up my scraps again, workable condition, and making sure my surface is nice and clean. And I'm kind of using this like picking it up. All right, so you see that now my clay is nice and smooth, but it's not slimy. So the first thing I want to do is start using my roller to flatten my clay, turning it over. And remember how soft it is, so I don't want to add any pressure to where I'm working. I just want to make a nice slab. I'm thinking about my form, which is this shape here. It's very small. I'm going to make a small little dish. It could be used for soap. It could be used for a tea light candle. It could be used for just some earrings, rings, whatever. And I want to add a little texture this time because it's really great to include texture. And this is one of my favorites. I got this at the Dollar Tree. They're actually coasters. So just carefully with equal amounts of pressure. Notice I'm using the rolling pin with my hands. I'm not even using these handles. I might need a needle tool to help get that out of there. And that's my texture. So now I can take this and I can use this as a guide, cutting a nice 90-degree angle around my slab, removing the excess, taking that off, and then carefully loosening it so that I can take it off the mat. Notice the sides are all equal sides, so important, because if it was thick, thin, it wouldn't look very uniform. So I might take a minute with my wet fingertip and smooth that edge. But this is the part where you do this, you slump it into your form, and this is so fun. Or, I guess we're using the word satisfying. Put your plastic down, because we don't want the clay to get stuck into the form, and it helps to kind of pick it up without touching it. And just by tapping, see how the slab takes on the form, readjusting, tap, tap, tap. And now it's sort of becoming more like a concave little form. And I might just leave it like that and lightly drape it in between classes, and it will firm up the next time you come in, and then you can add to it. As I said, you could add other shapes by scoring and slipping around. So this might become part of my work. I don't know. You can do a lot with it. You could take your excess clay and you could say, let me practice some other ways of making texture. And before I end this video, I'm going to do just that, because there's so many things that we have collected over the years that you can use to impress your clay. I'm going to put this together so there's more of a slab to see the texture on. Of course, I wouldn't really do that for a form, but things like this. I found this plastic ring and I have to press it in pretty hard, but I get that impression there. And I might think about how I can use that in Unity to create a design. I could flip it and go every other, which is kind of cool, you know, because you know the butterfly design is there, but it's not so obvious. Of course, you see what I'm doing? Okay, there's that. We have little buttons. I mean, a lot of things have been created to provide, again, it's like a little spiral from a button. And there's all kinds of things. There's these rollers. There's, oh, this one's always fun. Using a little bit of lace. And I'll put some lace texture right on this to show you. So you can take your shape and then add texture to it. So fun. And then I could add that onto my form. But that's that. So we'll see what you can come up with.